Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and a new era has begun in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Permanent Lightspeed bundles are out now for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, Rey, Palpatine, Thrawn, and other characters. We're going to take several videos this week and talk about, we're going to do full guides for all of these bundles. We're going to start today by talking about how to use and how to unlock a full complete guide to the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Lightspeed bundles in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We'll talk about the characters contained within, or like the characters contained within them, what you need to get them, where you need to get them to be ready to go, Zetas you'll need, Omicrons you will or won't need. We'll talk about the ships here. We're going to talk about everything, other characters that might overlap with this team, other farms that might overlap, etc., 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 all the way through it. So, basically, to get in here, you jump into the Kylo journey. You click down here, shop for requirements, and the Lightspeed bundles pop up. You click on either one of these. You will need to get both of these if you're looking to get this done quickly. We'll talk about that in a moment. Now, the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren bundle. This is going to give you all of the characters you need to unlock Supreme Leader Kylo Ren at Relic 5, except for Emperor Palpatine. Where is Emperor Palpatine down there? Here he is. Emperor Palpatine at Relic 7 is going to be needed to unlock Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. You'll have to farm him on your own. And just as a little aside note there, if you want to farm Emperor Palpatine in the same way you're doing this by buying a bundle, go to your solo journeys, click on Emperor Palpatine, and boom, there you go. You're gonna get a bunch of rebels that you can unlock Emperor Palpatine with, and you'll be good to go with that Lightspeed bundle. So that is and I'll talk more about this bundle as the week progresses. But for right now, if you want to go and get Emperor Palpatine to go with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and you have nothing else in your roster, you need 5 rebels to unlock Emperor Palpatine. Go get this. Now, if you have just a moderately good 7-star Phoenix team, you'll get it done. You don't need them all relic to get him. You need them like year 9 or 10 to get Emperor Palpatine unlocked. You can get that done on your roster. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, with the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Lightspeed bundle, let's talk about each of these characters and where they need to be. You've got to get Kylo Ren Unmasked, has to go to Relic 7. You've got to get OG Kylo Ren to Relic 7 as well. And the rest of these are already at or above their minimum relic requirements. So you'll just have those 2 relics plus the Palpatine relics to do. You're almost all the way as far as characters go. We'll talk about these characters in a moment. I'm going to jump over to my other account actually in talking about Zetas, Omicrons, mods, and because I've got these teams on my other account and I can more clearly demonstrate that. But let's jump over to the Finalizer bundle here as well, because I can't pull up these bundles on my main account because I'm way over 4 million galactic power, and these are only available to new players who are under 4 million galactic power. All right, so the Finalizer Lightspeed bundle gives you everything you need to get the Finalizer unlocked, which is going to be these ships: the First Order TIE Fighter, Houndstooth, Kylo Ren Shuttle, Slave One, the TIE Silencer, Kylo Ren Unmasked ship, the TIE Advanced Darth Vader ship, and the Xandu Blood Cad Bane ship. The very, very cool thing about the Finalizer bundle, and I talk about this almost ad nauseum on the channel, I love the Finalizer bundle because it functions, while it functions here to get you the Finalizer, it also gets you a big chunk of the way toward the Executor. For the Executor, you need Houndstooth, you need Slave One, you need the TIE Advanced, and you need the Xanadu Blood. Xanadu Blood's not a required farm for the Executor, but you're gonna need it to make that fleet work properly. So 4 of the ships, and I think it's half. I think there's 8 ships. There might be 9 over there. TIE Fighter, TIE Bomber, IG-2000, Razor Crest. And you gotta get Punishing One now, so it's gonna be halfway to the requirements. I think I'm getting all that. And then you got to get Punishing One now farmed on your own to make the Executor work really well. So in addition to this bundle, which by the way, this bundle as it sits will be good enough for you to unlock the Finalizer. Just automatically done. Boom, go get the Finalizer. You're in, you got the Finalizer. Congratulations. You don't have to worry about it. The event is running all the time now in the game. When you go to events, There's a finalizer event there. It's open every day. You can farm it to 7 stars. You only need it at 5, but that bundle, can I get it here? Can I shop for stuff here? Let's see. Nope, it's only in the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So the finalizer bundle, as it stands, gets you everything you need to unlock the finalizer. You do need it at 5 stars, I believe, to unlock Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Let's go back and take a look. Finalizer at 5 stars. So you need it at 5 stars. Your initial unlock is at 4 stars, and you have to play it, I think, to get from 4 to 5 is, it's not 65, it's only like 30? 5 to 6 is 65, 6 to 7, no, I'm wrong, it's 65, yeah. 4 to 5 is 65, 5 to 6 is 85, and then 6 to 7 is 100. So you will need to play that another like 7 times, so about a week if you don't refresh with crystals, and you will get an extra pack in the shop once you get that finalizer bundle purchased and you get the finalizer unlocked. You're gonna get a pack in the shop that's, I think it's 1,299 crystals. It gets you 10 shards of finalizer that you can buy over and over again if you want, or just play for a week on that event. You'll get it at 5 stars. Play for another month, you'll get it at 7 stars. You'll be okay. This ship it's not an effective ship anymore in the game. It'll get a lifter at some point that'll make it more effective. Right now, it's just kind of an afterthought in the game. So that's everything as far as the functionality. You're gonna get everything you need except for Emperor Palpatine at Relic 7, Kylo Ren Unmasked at Relic 7, and Original Kylo at Relic 7. Everything else in here is going to be as needed, including the finalizer bundle. It's all sitting right there for you for $30 basically. Now let's jump over to my other account and talk about Zetas and mods and everything else that goes along with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. All right, let's talk about these characters and how they work and what you need to make them work. The first thing I'll say here is you see Rey Darkside Vision here. She's a tremendous lifter for the team. Mainly, not that she makes them do extra stuff they don't normally do unless there's a big datacron out, but the way this team traditionally worked over time is Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, by the end of the battle, would still be alive. Everybody would be dead around him, and he would be finishing off your enemy, and you'd do great things. He's a great galactic legend, by the way. If you're looking at Rey or Kylo, Rey is still kind of a defensive stalwart, and Kylo is more of an offensive guy, generally speaking. Rey makes it so that everybody on the team has a lot better chance of staying alive throughout the battle, which gets you more banners in Grand Arena, and gets you more banners, or I don't know if they're banners or points or whatever, in territory wars as well. So she lifts the team, but you're not gonna be able to farm her until you get to 4 million galactic power, or eventually there'll be a Lightspeed bundle for Rey. It's probably over a year away though before we get that. So it's gonna be a long time before you can get Rey. And when I say farmer, it's gonna take you, 18 months to get her unlocked. If you just go straight up, if you buy the Conquest bundle, or buy the Conquest bundle, you can get her in 9 months. Separate conversation. She's gonna take a long time to unlock unless you're gonna spend some money or crystals in the game. So we're gonna exclude Darkside Rey from our conversation today because you guys are all, if you're looking at these Lightspeed bundles today, you're new to the game. Let's talk about, before we go in, I'll talk about Supreme Leader Kylo Ren too, but let's talk about Kylo Ren Unmasked. Now, I already mentioned that you need him at Relic 7 to get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. As far as his mods, what you want for mods are a lot of health and defense. Health and defense, health and defense. You can see I got 1 defense primary in there. You can put defense mods, just as much health and defense as you can get on him with health and defense mods. And you can even go with a crit avoidance up here. But the thing that's really cool about Kylo Ren Unmasked is this Scarred Zeta, and this is the only one you need, by the way. Kylo gains taunt for 1 turn. That's not what I want. That is nice. Actually, you don't even need that. I don't even think you need Zetas on Kylo Ren Unmasked in the game anymore, except to make his ship better, but his ship is largely irrelevant. So this Scarred, when Kylo takes damage, he recovers 8% health. The more health he has, the more he's going to recover, and the more defense he has, the less damage he's going to take when he takes damage. So I have him with 109,000 health. So 8% of that, he's going to recover 8,000 health basically every time, 8,800 health. Every time he takes damage, he's going to recover that health. So if he's taking, and a lot of these, if you got teams coming in that are attacking like mass assists or something, and they hit him a bunch of times for 5,000 damage, he'll recover more health than he's losing, and he can actually gain health when being attacked. That's what Scar does. Now, This Kylo gains taunt for 1 turn at the start of each encounter and has double counter chance while taunting. That's nice. But once you get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, all tanks taunt at the beginning of the battle anyway. So you don't really necessarily need this Zeta. It is nice to have double counter chance, but you know, this is kind of an extra. So you don't really need that. And you don't really need this to get through the journey, the Supreme Leader Kylo. Once you get all the requirements, you play the journeys for the Galactic Legends. You don't really need the Zeta to get through the journeys either. There's only one Zeta. We'll talk about that in a second. You don't need Supreme Leader Kylo, or you don't need Kylo Ren Unmasked Leader Zeta either. It looks really cool. Trust me, I know it looks really cool. Extra speed, extra turn meter gain. When they get, it's more health and protection recovery. Congratulations. You don't really need any Zetas and Kylo Ren Unmasked in the game anymore. It's just that simple. At some point, maybe he'll go to another team where he's not playing under Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, but generally speaking, that's where he fits on most rosters. And on your roster, as a newer player under 4 million, that's where he's going to fit. You don't really need either Zeta because they're both going to work without their specials. Gaining taunt, that's going to be done with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and the leader, he's not going to be the leader, so you don't need those Zetas on him. The one Zeta that you need to get through the journeys, and especially tier 1 of the journey, is Hux's Boundless Ambition. If the allied leader is First Order, all other First Order allies also gain advantage for 2 turns at the start of each encounter. If all allies are First Order at the start of the battle, enemies can't gain bonus turn meter while General Hux has advantage. That becomes a big deal. You're going to use Kylo Ren Unmasked as the leader in that first tier of, you know, going through the hero's journey, or going through the legendary, going through the whatever, going through the Galactic Legend, you know, journey and event. You're going to use Kylo Ren Unmasked as a leader. His Zeta is nice. You just don't, just trust me, you don't need it. You do need this Zeta to get through that journey to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. That's the only Zeta you need to get the guy unlocked. And once you get Kylo, there's going to be 4 Zetas you need and 2 that are optional. You need Stasis Strike, you need Furious Onslaught, you need Leader, and you need Galactic Legend. Brutal Assault is somewhat optional. If the target was stunned, deal damage again and gain advantage for 2 turns. You're always gaining advantage anyway. You're not really have a problem there. If they're stunned, deal damage again. That's a nice to have, and that'll be your 5th Zeta add-on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Press the advantage. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is immune to stagger and can't gain taunt effects. I don't remember when Supreme Leader Kylo Ren was gaining taunt effects, and I'm not really concerned about him being staggered. There are certain situations where, by the way, stagger means if you get staggered and they attack you, you lose all your turn meter. There could be a situation against like Imperial Troopers or I don't know, but pretty rare that this comes into play. That'll be your last Zeta to add on him. As far as mods on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, it's all about speed and health mods, and then you're going to want crit damage and offense and well, this is protection. This should be health in an ideal situation. I just wanted max speed on him. That's 27 speed there. As fast as you can get them. That's true for all your Galactic Legends. Get them as fast as you possibly can. But crit damage and offense, that's the most important thing. Health is better here than protection. I don't have that, and it's working okay for me. That's the mods on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. We talked about Kylo Ren Unmasked mods. Hux's mods, just make them fast. Just make that your priority. Fast. I got a speed set and a health set, and I got him with as much. I just got him going. I got him going not super fast. This isn't that fast actually. I could use some more speed, but he's doing all right for me when I play in the game. And again, if it's working for you in the game and it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Kylo Ren. Now we have to take him to Relic 7 to unlock Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, but you can see I haven't really upgraded his abilities here. That's an Omega. This is the Zeta. This Zeta, when the game first came out, and Zetas first came out, this thing was unstoppable, dude. Recover protection equal to the damage dealt. He was doing crazy stuff. Like OG Kylo Ren, when Zetas first came out and we had protection, was like one of the characters to play with for 6 months. I don't know, something in that range. It's no longer important. You don't really need his Zetas. You don't use him very often. He doesn't come into play. He's just not really a super effective character in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes anymore. Unfortunately, that's OG Kylo Ren. You can mod him for offense. That's, you know, if you're gonna do it, that's what I suggest, but you know, there you go. As far as the main team, let's talk about that too. Once you get Supreme, and I'll get to all the other mods and talk about these. We're gonna talk about Zetas and Omicrons the rest of the way too, but your main team is gonna be Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Unmasked, Sith Trooper, General Hux, and then either First Order Officer or First Order Stormtrooper for a second tank. There's an argument that goes back and forth. People will use First Order Officer and make him faster than Hux because with marching orders, he targets another ally and they gain 100% turn meter advantage. So if you make him faster than Hux, what happens is Supreme Leader Kylo goes first, he stabs and gains Siphon. First Order Officer passes turn meter back to him and he does a swipe. Then Hux passes turn meter back. Actually, Hux gives a bonus turn. I think it's a bonus turn. Let's look here. Hux, dispel and grant that ally a bonus turn and reduce and remove their cooldowns. It resets all cooldowns. So then the Hux passes the bonus turn over to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. He stabs again, and you're all set up. That's one way to do it. Another way was with a second tank with First Order Stormtrooper. That's the two ways you can do the team, and two philosophies there. Either way is okay, I think, especially if you're a beginner at the game. You'll be fine both ways. Let's talk about the other possible Zetas on the team. Sith Trooper is actually going to be a really important one. Once you get the full team built, Sith Trooper Zeta is actually going to be really important here. Whenever another First Order or Sith ally is defeated, the cooldown of Vengeant Blast is reset. That's his AoE, and Sith Trooper gains advantage for 1 turn and takes a bonus turn. So whenever anybody else dies, he's going to take a bonus turn. This becomes less important, I guess, when Rey's out there because they're not dying as much. But that AoE, that's Vengeant Blast, that's an AoE, attack all enemies, that loads up Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's ultimate because his ultimate charge gains 2% whenever a dark side ally deals physical or special damage, increased to 5% on a critical hit. Well, if your Sith Trooper deals 5 critical hits, that's 25% ultimate charge you gain for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So that becomes kind of important there, especially for you guys that don't have dark side Rey, to get Sith Trooper up and get that Zeta on Sith Trooper. I would say in order of importance, Kylo, you could probably, Kylo Ren Unmasked, you can skip. We talked about the 4 on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Hux, you have to get it done. Sith Troopers is really, really important for that team to work. There are no Zetas on First Order Officer. There are no Zetas on First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot, First Order Executioner, and First Order TIE Pilot. No Zetas on those characters. First Order Stormtrooper, I've gotten by without the Zeta. Whenever First Order Stormtrooper uses any ability, has a 50% chance to call a random ally to assist, dealing 50% damage unless they're First Order, and then grants them advantage returns if they were First Order. Oh, if they are First Order, they deal 100% damage. So it's going to call an assist half the time. It's a nice Zeta. I've gotten by without it. I haven't had to use it, and now I'm not even using that because I've got Darkside Rey on there. This could do some good early in the game, possibly, if you're using First Order Stormtrooper. The other two, I take it back. I was wrong. I take it back. First Order TIE Pilot has a Zeta and an Omicron. I'm going to tell you right now, skip it. Skip it. You do not need the Zeta and the Omicron on First Order TIE Pilot. You're going to think you do. You're going to think you do because it looks really cool. 15% critical chance, 10% critical damage. They have a 70% chance to gain foresight, which means they can't be hit when they lose advantage. And then the Omicron for Grand Arena, if they're all First Order and there's no Galactic Legends, plus 30% chance to gain, so that's 100% chance to gain foresight. They all gain 50% max health. Whenever they have advantage, they have plus 50% critical damage and a plus 100 speed at the start. Lots of words, lots of words. I will tell you right now, it looks really cool, and for some reason, it adds no benefit to like a Captain Phasma team. It might very early on, but it fades very fast, and people, I can't say enough. Skip this Zeta and Omicron on First Order TIE Pilot, and just get some mods on them. If you want to do mods, get offense mods on First Order TIE Pilot. Let's talk about Captain Phasma. Now, Captain Phasma also has a Zeta and a Territory Wars Omicron, okay? this is an effective Territory Wars Omicron. So, if your guild is encouraging you or wants you to use this team in Territory Wars, or you're in an early game guild where you're kind of putting out whatever your teams you can put out, this is an effective Territory Wars Omicron. An additional 10% chance to call a random ally to assist, which I think... Okay, yeah, so in territories, additional 10%, so it'll be 30% chance to call a random ally to assist. Captain Phasma has a plus 100 speed. Now, Captain Phasma giving the whole team advantage and turn meter, which Captain Phasma does right here at Victory March. All allies gain 50% turn meter and advantage for 2 turns. Her going faster is really important. Fusillade, dealing damage to all enemies with a 90% chance to inflict speed down for 2 turns. She can be really good. The rest of this is on the Territory Wars Omicron. Whenever a first order ally attacks on a turn, 30% of the time, and there's other ones that call in assists as well. First order allies recover 5% health and protection. Whenever a first order ally gains advantage, they also gain 10% offense stacking for the rest of the battle, and all first order allies gain 7.5% turn meter. This turns into a really good Territory Wars Omicron. So if you're looking to add a Zeta and an Omicron to something outside of your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren team, do it on Phasma for Territory Wars. Do not do it on First Order TIE Pilot for Grand Arena. As far as the mods go for the rest of the team, Captain Phasma is going to be speed and potency, or speed and health. First Order Officer is going to be speed, 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 and then speed. First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot, offense, crit damage, whatever. Not these very often unless there's an Omicron out for him, which there is right now, an Omicron. First Order Stormtrooper, bunch of health and protection. Just tank it up. First Order Executioner. As much health as you can get. As much health as you can get. When First Order Executioner scores a critical hit, he gains 10% max health, stacking till the end of the encounter, and First Order allies gain 10% turn meter. First Order Executioner has bonus offense equal to 5% of his stacking max health. Got it? Health, health, health. I don't have him modded out. I don't use First Order Executioner for almost anything in the game, so I don't have him really modded out. First Order TIE Pilot, offense. I don't think I talked about the mods on Sith Trooper. That's going to be offense or crit damage mods on Sith Trooper. And Darkside Ray, people are modding her out for either speed or offense in the game, depending. I had her with a speed set when she had a Datacron that came out. I modded her for offense there. I probably need to think about switching it, but I'll deal with that down the road. And there you go, boys and girls. That is your complete and total guide to the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Lightspeed bundles in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. From all the characters it gives you, and from everything it expands to. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. Aha. I can't show it. Let me jump back over to the other account. One more note about these Lightspeed bundles. If you are using the finalizer to get yourself halfway to Executor, which I mentioned, I totally forgot about this earlier. I apologize for that. If you are using it that way, another character you're going to need along the way is going to be Beskar Mando to get the Razor Crest. Now, there is no Razor Crest. I don't believe there's a Razor Crest. There's a Razor Crest Lightspeed bundle in game, but it has not been released yet out into the wild. But you will need Beskar Mando, and if you shop for his requirements, there is his Lightspeed bundle as well. This team will that'll wipe through at Relic 5, no problem, as is. You may not even need any mods on this team to finish the Din Djarin Beskar Mando event in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. You need Din Djarin for the Razor Crest to work and unlock to get the Executor. So keep that in mind. One more Lightspeed bundle kind of tie in there as well. And that's everything you need to know about the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren Lightspeed bundles in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Now that they are permanent Lightspeed bundles, I look forward to later this week. We're going to talk more about the Rey Lightspeed bundles. Then we'll circle back around to the side ones, and we'll talk a little bit more about Beskar Mando and that Shadows of the Empire bundle we were looking at previously. I think there might be one more that I'm not thinking of, but no, I think that's it. Yeah, we'll talk more about that later this week. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. I will talk to you soon. And always remember, Nooch too good.